Mike on?
Yep, mic on. Hi, Adam. How are
All
you?
good. How we doing?
Doing good. Thank you so much for taking the time today. If anyone has any questions for Adam, we will get started. Mike.
Adam, I'll start. I had a couple of questions for you. Hunter Renfro said that he kind of looked up to you in the way that you played, the way you entered the league, the way you kind of. I mean, you guys have pretty similar skill sets. I'm just curious how his just from afar, and then also working with him now um, as a teammate. What are you seeing from him? But also, like, how inspiring is that a guy could go through what he went through and then really kind of hit the ground running here?
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody in the league that's played against him or with him knows what he can do when he's healthy. And so I think for me, I'm just happy that he's feeling good. He's back playing football. What that will look like, none of us know. But I think the big thing is just that he knows he's healthy. He feels good. He's back doing what he loves to do and you know, being around the guys. So definitely thankful that he's here and like I said, just that he's healthy.
And then my next question, Shaw Smith-Wade's getting kind of a lot of buzz in the building. You got to go up against him as a rookie when he was kind of learning how to play the slot position or the nickel position. What have you seen growth-wise against him this year?
Yeah, I'd say for him, it's confidence and physicality. Like he just brings a demeanor, a physicality, and a confidence that you know, is tough to go against. Those are the guys that are tough. Like when I think about some of the toughest corners that I played in my career, you know, even just being on the outside, they were the guys that were just confident. Like you could see it in their eyes, you could see it in the way that they played the game, that they are just confident in their abilities. And when they're that confident, they have the ability to be patient and kind of let the game come to them. So that's what I'm seeing out of him is just confidence and physicality.
Thanks.
All right, we will go over to David Newton.
Hey Adam, how you doing? Appreciate your time today. Wanted to ask you about Jimmy Horn Jr. What everybody knows he has speed, but what else have you seen from him out there?
I just like his mindset from the day that he got here, even through these training camp practices, just his ability to want to learn, his ability to just want to be the very best player and teammate he can be. That's really what sticks out for me. I mean, obviously everybody knows what he can do athletically with the ball in his hands. So, you know, he's a rookie and he's a guy who has a great potential and future in this league. But I just love that his mindset's there from day one. You know, that's not always the case. And usually when you look at guys that play a long time in this league, it's guys that want to be great, that want to do the little things, that want to ask questions, that are not like too good or too cool to kind of learn. So definitely impressed with his mindset.
And how fast is he?
Oh, he's fast. Yeah, he's explosive. Usually in the NFL, when you kind of look at receiver position, right, like no one really sticks out because everyone's fast, everyone's athletic, everybody can change direction. So there's not a lot of times that you see guys that necessarily stick out. But he's one of those guys that kind of just, you can see it right away, that he kind of just sticks out, that looks a little different when he's coming off the ball, when he's running downfield. So, yeah, he's fast.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks.
We will go to Danielle, followed by Dennis Cox.
Hey Adam, we heard a little bit about some of the different position groups doing a little bit of off-season bonding, O-line, playing some pickup. For you guys, this Minnesota retreat, I want to know a little bit about how that comes together and why it's important for these receivers to go along with Bryce in the off-season to get some work in like that.
Yeah, first of all, we had a great time. I think I probably had the most fun of everybody just because being able to kind of be in that role, to be able to just have guys at the house, to be able to kind of have guys where I'm from, and just kind of do some of those things that I've always really enjoyed, and just getting them together. So we had a great time. I think it's important just to get away from the building. Yeah, we spend a lot of time here, but 95% of the time we're here, it's football and, you know, pretty serious and maybe stressful at times, where that was just kind of laid back, getting to know each other on a different level, and really just enjoying time together, doing maybe some things that are out of some people's comfort level, but just having a great time doing it, and then getting work in as well. So just getting that timing with Bryce, being able to talk through things just on our own, what he's expecting and certain things, what he's looking for, just getting on the same page. And, he did a great job of kind of leading that and bringing guys together and having a plan. And I was just kind of there to be able to, kind of set up some of the fun things outside of football. So had a great time and thankful we were able to do it.
He told us yesterday that he doesn't like to be wet. I know you guys did some wakeboarding and stuff like that, but how do you feel like you guys come into training camp now as a closer unit, now that you have Jimmy and T-Mac coming with you guys to this experience and you already have this relationship established further?
Yeah, it just kind of helps you understand guys at a personal level. You kind of understand where guys are coming from, what makes them tick, what they enjoy. And so you just have a little bit more comfortability to be able to have real conversations, or maybe sometimes just have conversations that aren't really necessarily meaningful to the game of football, but just help you bond and trust each other. And that stuff carries over into games, right? Because when things get stressful, when things get tough, you got to be able to trust your teammates. You got to be able to understand them. And those things just help that. And again, it just coming in to training camp now, you just have a little bit more comfortability with that group and who you're around every day.
Thanks, Adam.
Adam, I just want to ask you this regarding Dave Canales. Where have you seen him grow from year 1 to year 2 as a head coach?
Yeah, I think just confidence in his approach. I think as a new head coach, and I'm kind of speaking for him here, but as a new head coach, I think there's a little bit of like, I think this is what I want to do. This is my plan, and I'm going to trust it. But I think him coming to year 2, you can see him just like, all right, like I know what I'm doing. I know what works, and I'm all in. And I think when you feel that as a player, you kind of feel the same way. Like you feel the confidence coming off of him, of the schedule, of the philosophy, of what he wants out of players, and what is it going to take for you as a player to extend your career here, like what he's exactly looking for. You have a lot of confidence in knowing that I can just go and be myself and do exactly what they want. And so, again, it really comes down to just confidence in the approach, and we all feel that.
All right, we will go to Joe Person, followed by Alex Setlow.
Hey, Adam. Hope you're doing well. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sorry about that. You mentioned comfortability. Of course, we saw the lake video. Did X ever get comfortable being in that water?
No, I don't think that'll ever happen again, but it was cool that he at least tried it, because he wasn't going to get in the boat to start with. So the fact that he actually got in the water a little bit, I wouldn't say that's like necessarily getting in the water, but it says a lot about him. He's just out there. He's going to try it, even though he did not want to be there. He was out there with the guys and bonding. I think that says a lot about him, like all jokes aside. I think it says a lot about his character, right? Like he was not comfortable. He did not want to be on that boat, especially when he saw the boat. It wasn't a yacht, it was a little boat. And so I just think that says a lot about his character, that he was willing to kind of step out of his comfort zone and bond with his teammates.
You may or may not be able to answer this one contractually, but was there any like wakeboarding going on? Like who was like the star of the show besides yourself?
Well, I think I can talk about it now because no one got hurt. But yeah, we went surfing. It's pretty low impact. No wakeboarding. I don't mess with that. You can get hurt doing that. But surfing, you're going 10 miles an hour and pretty safe. So yeah, we did a little bit of that. A couple guys struggled doing it, but they tried it. But Demo, he got up and was able to surf the wave a little bit. So, and now I think he's addicted. He wants to get back out there. So we might have to do a round 2 at some point, maybe an off day or something. But it was fun seeing guys just kind of just being free and trying some things that they've never done before.
Thank you.
Hey, Adam. I don't know how active you are on Twitter, but did you happen to see Chad Johnson's tweet calling the Panthers trio of receivers being possibly the best in the league?
I did see it. Ocho's my guy. So we had a nice conversation last year in LA, or not in LA, in Vegas before the game, because I think I can't remember exactly who was talking about us not being a great group. So I think he might have been in on that. So I think he started to see in that game, and then obviously at the end of the year, and then obviously our additions in that room, what we can do. So yeah, it's always good to see that. Excited for this group, and just to be able to continue to build and grow. We all have a lot of things to work on, but yeah, it's good to see that people see that it's not just a laughing stock, or it's not a group to just look over. So, but we got to go prove that. We got to go prove that tomorrow, and we got to go prove that week 1 through the end of the season. So it's a great challenge.
Did you wake him up to that possibility, or did he already know when you guys were talking about it, whatever week it was last year?
I'm not sure, but I got a great relationship with him. I really enjoy being around him, and obviously watched his game growing up, and I loved the way that he approached the game with that confidence, and just his releases and his ability to go make plays as a receiver. So got a lot of respect for his game, and we've been able to build a little relationship.
Thanks.
All right, we have time for a couple more. We will go to Cassidy, followed by Jeff, and then end with David Newton.
Hey, Adam. Going back to the Minnesota trip, I know you said Bryce kind of came up with the workout plan and you arranged the fun stuff, but how did the trip come together initially? Like, whose idea was it to hey, let's all get together and go to Minnesota for this?
Yeah, I kind of threw it out there, just hoping that, we could do it. I just really wanted to be able to host guys at the house and be able to, have dinner together and relax and have some fun. So kind of brought it up to Bryce, and Bryce was all about it. And then he kind of, took it from there as far as organizing guys getting there and things like that. But everything there just was able to kind of take care of the things once they got there. But Bryce obviously is a great leader and was willing to kind of set up everything, which is not an easy job trying to get all those guys on the same page, but worked out great.
Did that happen to be your old high school, or was it just one that was available?
No, not my old high school, but where I've been training for, I think 9 years now. So my gym, sports performance gym, is just down the street, ETS. And so we were able to get our workouts in there and then go over to the field and get our work in. Same place that I have gone every Tuesday and Thursday for 9 years, like I said, in the summer. So it's always fun being back there. It's actually where my wife played soccer, where she went to high school and won a few state championships. So kind of fun to be able to be there, same place where she won a lot of games. So hopefully we rub some of that championship mentality onto the group.
Yeah, good vibes. Thanks, Adam.
Greetings, Jeff Hawkins from Charlotte Post. I was wondering, what are you seeing from young UDFAs, Hudson and George? And are the vets starting to feel some of the pressure from the young guys?
Yeah, I think it's the NFL. You're always feeling pressure, right? Like, you always got to be on top of your game, because only 5 guys, maybe 6 in the receiver room are sticking and get opportunity, and really only 3 or 4, in any given Sunday get reps in a game. So, yeah, you got to be on top of your game. There's always that stress, but we have a deep group, which is awesome. I've thoroughly enjoyed OTAs, the start of training camp, just kind of being along with those guys and seeing the progression and seeing the depth. At the end of the day, you start to realize, as you've been in this league a long time, how important depth is and what that does to a team, not just in the receiver room, but in the entire team. The more depth you have, the more competition, it raises the floor and just creates a culture that you can't relax, right? When you don't have competition, you tend to just be able to relax a little bit. All right, like, no one's coming for my job. Like, I'm just going to kind of hold it, and you can't do that when you have a deep group. So long story short, those guys create that, add in that depth. They're rookies, so they're going to make mistakes just like I do. But it's great to be along with them and just to see their potential. They both have made a couple plays in training camp that shows what they can do, and they can play at a high level when they know what to do and they know how to do it, and that's exciting.
Like Coker last year, did you give him any kind of special advice, just coming from your background?
Yeah, I try to have a balance of not just pushing too hard of like, oh, you got to do this or that. This is what I did, right? I try to just kind of open the door to those questions. If they ever need anything, I'm a resource, and try to have that balance of mostly just creating relationships right now, like getting them to trust me as a person, knowing who I am as a person, and knowing that I'm an open door, open book. And then that usually leads to discussion and questions and maybe opens up the door for me to be more serious with serious conversation of where I think that they maybe need to step up or just advice of how they could get better. So, yeah, really have over the years I've tried to work on that balance.
Hey, thanks. Good luck this year.
Thank you.
Hey, Adam, David again. I wanted to follow up on Minnesota too. Xavier really seems like he's becoming a social media star. Why are people so attracted to, you think, to him and what he's posting on social media?
Well, the funny thing is he doesn't, we were just talking about this the other day, he doesn't post anything on social media. It's all kind of other people kind of blowing up on TikTok or whatever it is that he kind of gets those videos out there. But, I mean, he's just a great personality, right? Like, he's exactly why I enjoy coming to work every day, because of the personalities in the locker room, right? He's a fun guy to be around. He's always laughing, smiling, having fun. I told X the other day, I said, hey, this summer I got more questions about you than anything else, like about my family, about me. Everybody just wanted to know about, like, what is it like working with X, and does he really talk like that? So he's definitely blown up. But again, it's not a like self-promotional thing. It's just who he is, and he likes to have fun, and he also is all about the work. So I love that balance, like a guy who's going to have fun, be himself, but when it gets down to it, like, he's going to put the work in to be great. You can't just show up and expect to be great just because people like you. So he has a great balance of doing both those things.
So how did you answer them when they said, what's it like to work with him?
Oh, the same thing that you guys all know. Just I love being around him. I love coming to work every day because of guys like him, and so that's kind of what I tell people. Everything you're seeing on social media is like, I laugh just like you do every day that I'm around him, and have a good time. So glad he's here.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, and we will end with Mike Solarte.
Adam, good to see you again. Enough of the football questions. What happened at Tahoe? How did you not win the American Century? I mean, Tony Romo was the highest finishing football player. What happened? Driver approaches? What happened to you there?
Unfortunately, golf is not my full-time job, so it showed up on Sunday. But I have this like weird thing that when I get there and I start playing, like for like 1 to 2 days, I feel like a professional golfer, and I think I got it all figured out. And then I just like the golf game always does, but it humbles you very quickly. And I realized, like, oh, I should probably focus on my real job. And so a week later, here I am in training camp, so doing what I probably should be doing. But yeah, just always love being out there at the American Century Championship. American Century does a phenomenal job of putting on a great event. And that crew that puts that on, helping American Century, it's fantastic. NBC Sports and all those guys. So always when I get that invite, it's as soon as I see the email, it's like it's probably the fastest reply they get. I reply before they probably even know it's been sent. So thankful to be out there every year.
It's a T11 though. A tie for 11th is still impressive. So it may not be your day job, but it's still solid. Yeah,
I'm excited for the day that God willing, I get invited back, but the day that I have a little bit more time to play some golf and really dial in my game. As soon as I retire, the first thing I do after I retire is get a golf lesson and stay consistent with it. So all that time that I spend in the weight room, on the field, in the off season will be switched to on the golf course. So I'll obviously leave time for my family, but I can't wait to get on the golf grind.
All right. Thank you so much, Adam. Appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
All right, guys. Trayvon will be joining us shortly. Thank you for raising your hand, Mike.
Did you and your dad have fun at the premiere yesterday?
We had a lot of fun. I thought it was awesome.
Awesome.
I saw you on the live stream, Alex.
Wait, Michaela, you were there?
I was.
What? You were in the other theater though? Were you? Yeah.
I was in theater too.
There's a reason. There's a reason why. You know, I just know all. You know,
Obviously,
I do my due diligence on the reporting.
Yeah, Mike, how'd you know that?
I'm just good at my job.
Okay.
Hi, Trayvon. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Yep.
If you're ready, we will go ahead and get started.
Yep. I'm
If
ready.
you have a question, please raise your hand and we will start with Mike K.
Hey, Trayvon, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm well. I wanted to ask you about two younger teammates. Jack Henderson, who's a guy that kind of has the ability to do some of the stuff that you do as far as versatility. What have you seen from him early on? And I guess I'll follow up with the other guy once you answer.
Yeah. No, he's been hungry, man. You can tell out on the field and meetings. He's eager to learn and get out there and play. And so far it's been fun being around him and sharing knowledge and being able to show him what I've known, and he's been doing good so far. So excited to see him keep playing.
Shaw Smith-Wade's another guy who's pretty versatile. I know you weren't here for his rookie year, but he was just learning the nickel position last year. Now it seems like his role's kind of expanding. What do you like about his game, and how's the communication been, with you two back there?
Man, he's just a versatile dude, man. Like every time we go out there, it seems like he's always making plays. So our relationship, I just got here, but I think we're building a good, strong, chemistry with him and the rest of the DBs. But man, every time we go out there, it's a fun time. He has, really good energy, and then just a really good guy overall. So it's fun to be out there with him.
Thanks.
Yep.
We will go over to Dennis Cox.
Thanks for the time. First of all, what about this defense fits your skill set? And then on the other side, how does your skill set fit the defense that Evero's running with you guys?
Man, I feel like just being able to line up, at a bunch of different spots, and just being able to learn, different techniques and different coverages and how to play in those spots, and just the whole versatility, like I said, of the whole defense. So implementing that into the scheme, it's been really fun to be around.
All right, we will move to Alex, followed by Jeff.
Trayvon, you mentioned moving around a lot, like in reps on defense and all these things. I know you're listed as a safety. When you explain your position or what you do on the football field, do you use the term safety, or how do you describe your role on this defense?
Man, I'd probably just a defensive back, being able, play wherever the coaches need me to play, really. So.
The defense had we didn't see today's walkthrough, but the defense had 2 really good days to start training camp. What can you report in terms of energy, in terms of things like that is promising on defense?
Yeah, we just made it a big emphasis that we wanted to come out there and start fast, and that would carry us through the rest of training camp into the season. So, starting fast, going out there with a lot of energy and getting the guys around us, fired up to be out there and make some plays. So that's kind of where our head was going into camp.
Making sure it's all set. Good afternoon. I was wondering, what have you seen out of Martin Scott? Can his skill set play in the NFL? And is he someone that people should watch as an underdog to, maybe a practice squad or end of the rotation? Thanks.
Can you say that one more time? I didn't catch the first part.
Martin Scott, what have you seen out of him?
Oh man, he's just hungry as well. Been flying around, eager to learn, just like I said about Jack. So, excited to see how the rest of this season goes.
Can his skill set play?
Yep, for sure.
Thank you.
All right, we have time for a couple more for Trayvon. We will move over to David Newton.
Hey, Trayvon, David Newton with ESPN.com. Wanted to ask you, what are you seeing out of your rookie edge rushers that's really impressed you so far?
Man, just getting after it, being solid at the point of contact, setting edges, making plays on the ball. Just all of those guys are flying around and, helping us on the back end, in our coverages. And like I said before, rush and cover work together. So them doing their job up front makes our job on the back end pretty smooth.
And you guys in the backfield back there, and you see Jimmy Horn Jr. line up, and he's known for his speed. Any Any examples of that, or what you guys say back there when he comes on the field, or what have you seen in terms of speed that's really impressed you then?
I mean, just how he runs routes. Like you said, he has a lot of speed. He's very quick, so you can see it in his route running when we're in practice, 7-on-7. Team drills. You can just see how explosive he is coming out of his breaks. So it's been fun to watch him too.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, we will go to Danielle, followed by Mike Solarte.
During free agency, what kind of things did Dan and Dave kind of say to you to almost sell being part of this Panthers team, and how is that panning out so far from what you've seen so far through training camp?
I just say, their vision of the team and where the team was headed, how they, felt about me and sharing their vision with how they see me, fitting in the scheme of the defense and just based off those things, explain how the people are in the building. It's a fun place to come work to. So just those things alone, I got to feel it, got to see, firsthand. So I was excited to come here when I made the decision.
Thank you.
Hey, Trayvon, Mike Solarte, Spectrum News 1. Kind of dovetailing off of Danielle's question, you're coming to a defense that struggled in a lot of areas last year. Is there the chip on the shoulder with this group to say that last year is just a fluke and here comes the cavalry to kind of turn things around?
I wouldn't say we're too focused on last year. I think, this is a new year. We're all excited, for the new guys, the young guys to come together and put some, on film and on tape and in front of the fans, to be proud of. So that's kind of our goal, each and every day, just focus and, just get better.
There's always the talk of complementary football, and I know David talked about the edge rushers, but how does this defense and what you've been learning about it, how are those layers kind of coming together with the line, the backers, and then you guys in the back?
It's been smooth, man. Since OTAs, it's been a really detailed, camp so far since I've been here. So each day I've been learning. Each day has been feeling like the defense has been getting smooth and being steady. And like I said before, we just got to keep our head down, keep grinding each day, and I'm excited what this defense can do.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Trayvon? All good?
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
I had one.
Okay, Mike.
I read somewhere that you teach yourself something new every year. Is there something you're working on right now? Anything interesting?
Nah, not really. I kind of we're in football now, so it's kind of, focusing on football. But during the off season, I stayed around the guitar and stuff like that. Started reading a little bit more. I'm reading the Lord of the Rings series right now. So that's kind of one thing I picked up on in my free time.
Do you have a favorite song that you play?
Favorite song, probably right now, that's probably my best song is Island in the Sun by Weezer. It's pretty fun to play.
Have you seen them in person at all? Or?
Nah, I haven't. I haven't been to too many concerts like that, but I'm a big fan of like alternative and rock music, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Trayvon. Appreciate you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. You have a good one.
Have a good one.